Shidile, my name is Jigme. This is a follow-up to my last video. Today I'm here to share new information, video footage, and updates surrounding the manipulated viral video of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. I hope you were able to watch to the end so that this information will help you process to find your own truth. Video footage of a different interaction between His Holiness and the Indian student with another beautiful and humorous exchange between the two that we had not seen before. Interviews with the student and his mother immediately following the event, and then individuals and accounts responsible for manipulating the video and how they made it so viral. Community reactions and eventually a call to action. So away from the bots and trolls spewing hate and horrifying comments, there are people who are sincerely confused and alarmed, even concerned for the welfare of the boy and his family. We see you and we hear you. Child abuse and neglect are serious global problems. Outrage over sexual abuse in religious institutes are not new, as high-profile crimes occur against children on a daily basis. Child abuse should never be tolerated. But His Holiness's act of kindness, humor, and grandfatherly affection towards the young student should not be compared to that. For decades now, the Chinese government has launched one of the most sophisticated cyber warfare and digital espionage operations targeting His Holiness, the Tibetan community, and the Tibetan movement. With this manipulated video, they are actually more successful than their countless attempts in the past. Many people watching this video did not know that the boy's mother was literally an arm's length away and watching the interaction between His Holiness and her son, and that there were over 120 students and other dignitaries in this globally live telecasted event. When I was researching details, I found this next clip on YouTube. I made calls to reliable sources in Dharamsala who were present that day to confirm and validate the flow. So apparently, the young Indian student had been selected to offer gifts to His Holiness during the welcome or the opening ceremony. He was already on the rostrum or the stage with his mother, who was one of the organizers. You can actually see him touch His Holiness's feet, an age-old Indian tradition to give respect to elders and seek their blessing. The boy hugs him, he offers the gifts, they touch forehead, and there is an affectionate and hilarious interaction between the two. Now the viral video where the student says, "Can I hug you?"
Can I hug you?
Was actually much later at the event during the Q&A, the question and answer session. So the student offered His Holiness gifts during the welcome session, and they hugged. You'll watch the video, but then later on, he wanted another hug from His Holiness, the second time, which also explains the mother shocked and her head literally shaking in disbelief and awe.
Can I hug you? It's a question.
So again, the clip that you are about to watch was from the earlier part of the day, during the opening ceremony.
Come here. Thank you. Okay, thank you. You can share.
Thank you, His Holiness.
When I was young, my elder brother, his name was Santen. We always lived together and played together. And occasionally, some problem. Then you say, my weapon is this one. Thank you. Okay.
What an incredibly lucky and courageous boy. Our children, just like us, cannot even look at His Holiness's face without crying or trembling with joy. Forget asking a hug. And for a second time, here's the interview with the student immediately following the teaching.
As we see His Holiness hold you and hugged you, so at that time, what do you feel?
You can only feel the positive energy, and I just can't express how good it feels.
Exactly.
It was amazing meeting His Holiness, and I think it's a really great experience meeting somebody with such high positive energy. It's a really nice feeling meeting him, and you get a lot of that positive energy. It's not just like that, but once you get the positive energy, I think you're happier, and it's a better thing, and you smile a lot more. It was a really good experience overall.
The student's mother was also interviewed. Per her online bio, she holds a Grand Doctor of Philosophy degree from Russia, a diplomatic member of CDI, and studied entrepreneurship at Harvard. She has won many awards and recognitions across the world, and she also dedicates her time educating children. My understanding is that this family has sent a letter to His Holiness apologizing for the distress caused. I hope we can respect the privacy of this family, as they must be equally overwhelmed.
I'm Dr. Trustee M3M Foundation. We've been working in Dharamshala on this skill center which we started last year, and since then we were looking at seeking blessings from His Holiness. And today we got this opportunity, and especially when my family was there with me, and all the students who graduated from I Empower Academy of Skills were also present. We are totally blessed to have got these blessings from His Holiness. He came, addressed us in person, taught about peace that the world needs, and how everyone needs to feel together like brother and sister. And I absolutely cannot express how I feel getting blessed by him.
His Holiness has been living in exile as a refugee for 64 years, hoping to return home someday to Tibet. He turns 88 years in 3 months. He can barely walk and is rapidly losing his hearing. Yet, after spending his entire life promoting peace, harmony, and love, he still continues to share his wisdom and build bridges across all nations and religions to strive for a better world on the concept of universal oneness and human happiness. It is humanity's greatest fortune to be able to live alongside such a moral leader. And yet there are people who are trying to cancel him. We see them as shining a flashlight at the sun. But it is sad and heartbreaking watching people jump to conclusions after watching a 20 seconds doctored video clip with absolutely no context. A clip that's aggressively promoted by a totalitarian fascist colonial government desperate to erase an entire population, tarnish the impeccable image of the world's most popular icon, and destroy his beloved country. Ever since he was discovered as the reincarnation at the age of 4, a heavy burden was entrusted on his tiny shoulders, the hope of an entire nation. The Dalai Lama is not just the leader for us Tibetans, but the symbol of Tibet manifested in one person. The manipulated video was first shared by a pro-China account named Yinsun at Nation4, a fake YouTube channel named Robert Reed, and a Change.org petition under a fake organization name. They even put a fake Joe Biden as the creator. Please make sure to ask these platforms to ban these fake accounts. The video had over 7 million views on April 8th. It is clear that bots were used to amplify this video and to create the appearance of popular support while abusing the algorithms. The accounts were created to disseminate Chinese propaganda and the edited video to look pervasive. For 60 years, the CCP has banned any and all photos of the Dalai Lama and the Tibetan flag inside occupied Tibet. It was punishable with up to 10 years in intense slave labor camps. Even trying to search his name online would get one arrested. For the first time in history, CCP has allowed the Dalai Lama to trend, and it has become one of the most searched topics on Weibo, China's biggest social media platform. Of course, it is controlled, and one negative report around the viral video is allowed. This is how desperate and hard they are trying to tarnish and damage the reputation of His Holiness. What's worrisome and frustrating is how leading media outlets across the world have been promoting this manipulated video by using clickbait titles and sensational languages to boost their own rating, without any investigation, without confirming the sources, and without asking Tibetans. Absolutely unacceptable. I stand with Tibetans and supporters of truth across the world, calling on all these journalists and media outlets to immediately remove the manipulated clip, stand with the truth and the right side of history. How can one sleep at night after maligning a cherished leader that has changed the entire landscape of human consciousness with this universally accepted message of peace, love, and compassion? If any of these so-called journalists have even an ounce of conscience in them, they need to apologize to His Holiness. But the irony is that He's already forgiven all of them. I highly recommend all of you to listen to the statements from our current Sikyong, the President of the Central Tibetan Administration, Mr. Pimpa Siringla, and our previous Sikyong, Dr. Lobsa Singila. Please also take a moment to read this very important statement of support for His Holiness from Tibetan leaders and activists across the globe. You will find all the links below. Now, as I end this video, I want to invite you all to join us to fight child abuse and neglect. Currently, about 1 million Tibetan children, some as young as 4 years old, are separated from their families and forcibly placed into Chinese state-run boarding schools, a re-education program to erase their culture, religion, language, and identity, to condemn His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Please sign the petition in the description calling on G7 leaders to demand China shut the schools down immediately. May our truth prevail. Long live His Holiness the Dalai Lama of Tibet. Pregalo.